In the previous class, we discussed about three-circle model of family business system. Okay, we discussed these two charts, and we discussed how often they meet. Okay, and we discussed about responsibilities and rights of a family shareholders. Then expectation from the shareholders, from the managers of the business. Like example, what are the expectations from the shareholders, from the people who are managing or heading the company. Okay, and we started with the topic history of family business, and we discussed like how important you need to maintain the history of the family business. So first point we were discussing about reasons to create a history of family business, why we need to document it, why we need to retain all the information or document everything, about the family business, because it includes the founder's vision and mission need to be recorded, because the person who started the company initially, or people who have involved family members, why did they start and what was their intention, what was their objective, what was their vision and mission. And these are all very important, because this will make the people who are part of the business will be aware. They'll be aware about you know that how what made our founders to start the business, and how they carried on the business, and how what are the challenges we need to, what are the things, inputs we need to take from them to carry on the business in the coming days. This like gives you a guiding light to them. So that's very important, they need to maintain. Then second point is like it's about the historical accuracy. Okay, so without information, because it says that you need to maintain document, because that will be clear that all the information data will be available with you to go back and refer all family members or the successors who are managing the business now. It is the information is required everyone, even for the family members, employees, or anyone who would like to know about the company, family business. Anytime they can go can, because it's all relevant and authentic document which you are maintained. Otherwise, what happens? People will have their own views. Okay, if the real information is not available, they more of they assume the things. They guess themselves. Okay, so that's the reason we need to be very careful, and all family members need to see that the all family need to be maintained. Okay, um, to know that okay, things are happening, and this is how over the years the developments have happened, the challenges faced, how they solve the issues, everything, documentation, and they're documented. So history, okay, about every person who was part of it in the success story of the business. Okay, so that's the reason it's very important, because it's much needed to the society. Whoever would like to look at the history of the family, they can go back. So that's the reason when you open up any website or anything, any company, like example, if you open with Reliance, if you open any company's information, you would like to dig it out. So you can go about us history. It will be there in the website. You go and briefly there, because they may not be detailed history, but they have summarized, and they have given the history of the company. When did they start? Who was responsible? How? What is the milestones over the years? And everything is being given. So that's very important. It's a guide. It's very informative, which is needed for many people. Next, honoring long-term employees. Okay, so it also helps in honoring those who have been good performers, employees. Example, they have been rendered their service for a very long period of time. Some people work for 30 years, 40 years, much more than that. They are part of the business. They are the part of the business for the growth. They are the part of the people who have contributed for company's growth. Okay. So that bondness, to maintain that, to recognize that, you need to have honoring the long-term employees. You need to maintain the history. Okay, there what the efforts they have put in, and how they played a big role in development of the company. Everything. Okay, so it's very important. All those things also need to be recorded. Okay. So every information if they keep, those are the people or the employees who are part of the family business. I know they are not the family members, but as an employee, how did they contribute to the company's growth? Okay, so all these things, will make the people to even the present people who are working in the company realize that there is a belongingness. They feel that okay, company considers in that way we are part of the company, we are part of the family. We have been treated well, and this is how they honor us. These all things make the things better for a company. When the employees are happy, their performance goes up. They are satisfied. They are happy. When they are happy, the things will be positive for the company. Okay, when the employees are happy, the more productivity you can expect. When more productivity, obviously, the outcome of it will be always a positive. Okay, better revenues, better market share, good profitability, sustainability. All those things are possible when the things are happening well. So this is how things need to be recorded in the history. Okay, so maintain a good relationship with the customers and vendors. Okay, in all the situations is also very, and documenting that, because who are the part of the business, in the family business, who are the join the hands with the family. Okay, all this documenting is also very important. See, why I'm talking about this is you are creating a history, you're maintaining all the things which have happened before. Okay, example, your company was incorporated in 1900. So it's 120 years now. Okay, in last 120 years you are writing down you're maintaining the history of the company. Okay, and all the relevant information which was much needed. Who were the employees? What was the growth? Who were the part of the development? And what are the awards they got? How they honor the people? What are the challenges they faced? Now, what are the strategies? Everything. Who were the everything you're going to record it. Okay. So then it says that one way you are going to thank all the vendors who have been associated with the company, all those, part of the history. And next, you could see the background for the uninformed. Okay, it says that, family business history need to be maintained, because the reason is that company, as the, new people are joining the company, and there are potential clients who will be prospective clients are there who will be part of your business, and there are banks who are funding you, there are people investors who are interested to invest in your company family business. All these people would like to know about the company and its history, and that history gives you with a lot of confidence. Should I invest in this company or not? Should I go and join this company or not? And we know that there are a lot of companies, even the family business or non-family business. Some of the companies in India are considered one of the best HR because good HR policies they follow. Okay, and they treat their employees very well. If that information is available, then obviously the new people, the people who are aspirants, those who would like to join the company are very much eager to join those kind of companies where they'll be treated well, where there is a good HR policies. Okay, they'll be eager to join because there is information about it. Everything you recorded, the history tells about that. Okay, so and so company treats the employees very well. The 100-year-old company always believes in treating their employees very well. One example I'm talking about. Okay, so that's track record. That itself is a track record, which makes some new people who are joining, confident, and people make the people eager to join them. Example: a company always maintain a good relationship with the banks. They never defaulted anything. Okay, over the last 100 years. Okay, so banks will be eager to fund those kind of companies. Okay, clients. So those who are the clients of this company were always satisfied. They never left this company because their service, their support is very good. So many new clients will be interested to go and I would say that be part of this be associated with those kind of companies. So this is how, see, this is the advantage of maintaining the family history. Okay, so many cases what happens, we do not have these are I'm talking about a bigger, bigger or smaller. It is always advisable to maintain the history of or document all the relevant things which have happened over the years related to the family business. And we have seen in our local places, in our local, nearby, in our own locations, that we have seen that a lot of companies are there which are 50-year-old, 60-year-old companies, 75-year-old company, some are 100 years old companies, family business we have seen. but try to find out whether everybody has kept all the records, whether the present people who are working or the present successors who are leading the heading the company, go and ask them, can you tell me more about your company, about the history, everything. So if all the information is available and they are aware, then they are able to express everything. If that is not maintained anything clearly or not documented, then the present people who are heading the company may not be able to explain anything, because they say we do not have exactly, I cannot say. Right, they cannot explain that because they are not aware, because nowhere it has been they are informed. Okay, it's very important to to inform the background to the uninformed. Means those who are not aware, it is very good to have a family history, maintain a family history, so that you can explain, they can come to know about and know more about the family business. Okay, this is, see, this is this is another on the one side which I explained you. It talks about history of the family business, why we have to maintain the family business history, how important, we discussed this. Okay, and if you would like to know more about like how the family business originated in India, so you have to go back to uh, 150 200 years, when which is the family which started first business in India. Okay, and which are the leading families which during started pre-independence and post-independence, how they are doing it, what are the challenges they faced, which are the companies which are able to sustain till now, which are the companies family business which failed and closed down. So all these things are there, you have to go back and find out in various other sources. I'm not discussing that. I recommend you, please, you can go and find out the history of the family business in India or history of the family businesses around the world. Okay, you can go and explore and read. So let's look at the benefits. Why, benefits of history of the family business. Why we need to maintain the history of the family business. So it provides an interdependence, a link between the company and the community. Okay, is like is a it allows to come to know, about what is the contribution of the particular people who are part of the family business to the community or the society, and society will be aware that what is the contribution of this company family business to us, and the company will also be aware how we were able to contribute to the society and how society has been supportive to us in terms of buying their goods or services as a client. It's like it's something is it's a link between the company and the community. Okay, so and next point, you could see that succeeding family members have valid resource from which they can rely on for suggestion to overcome persisting problems. Because when you have a full track record or a history of the company, and you are going to learn out of it. See, every family business or any business, whether it's a family or non-family, one thing we have to keep in mind that it faced a lot of challenges during its period, running throughout. Okay, a lot of good and bad things it sees, company has to go through, you know. So it helps that to finding out what are the situations, occurred before and how our people managed it, and that will give you a lot of insight that to face the present situations. Okay, or face the present regular problems. Okay, it helps to introspect and find out like how the things are happening. Okay, you can evaluate and you can face the challenges. So it's very important just in having a document, family history. So documenting company's contribution and commitment to the community builds sense of confidence among clients, potential clients. Okay, so next point which talks about it builds a relationship between or confidence among the clients. Those are existing clients as well as those who are potential, in future clients. Okay, and builds a relationship between the company and the individuals or business to business. Okay, so it's very important because somebody who knows about in detail about a company, if he considers that company is good, this family business is good, and they are very good, ethical, honest, they believe in values and many more things. Okay, they are aware about their track records. Then that makes the people and be very confident and be associated with that. Okay, so that's how the family business or history, maintaining the history of the family business is important. Okay, and next point we discuss like having a family history which helps in recreate the content. Like example, using that you can prepare printed documents You can upload it to website. You can conduct a press release. You can use that as a publicity, material or to promote. Okay, so it's also another very important having history and all those taking a points or clues from there will help the I mean to say that help the company go forward and promote effectively because they have the history. We believe in seeing you consider yourself now. Uh, we have more faith in those companies which have a companies which are having a history who have been in present in India for more than 50 years, 100 years, 30 years, all those things. Because something there is a faith, something we are aware about, through various means about that company. We are no not very comfortable with the new companies because we do not know anything about those companies which are started just few years ago. We don't have a much history about that company. Okay, but if you consider something which are like many companies which you can go back and see that. Okay, so we believe in those companies, old companies, because they have been sustaining from past 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 100 years. They have been surviving there, and they are we are aware about that. So that builds a confidence. Okay, and that could be, you see, this point talks about those history information could be used as a promotion tool or to publicize. Okay, using a family history, a good handbook could be created and maintained so that whoever would like to know about company, that he can refer that handbook, which will be kept as a treasure, treasured or valued because all information about the history of the family business could be recorded and maintained. Whoever wants to refer a successor or the family members or new family, new generation family members, okay, or clients, anybody would like to read, he can read. Okay, so that's the reason maintaining a family history of the family business is always recommended, and these are the few benefits. Okay, next topic is a very important topic which deals on succession in family business. Okay, I hope you have heard about this word succession. Okay, so it says that family business succession is a process of transitioning the management and the ownership of the business to the next generation of a family members. We call it as a succession. So example, somebody is heading the company after me. Who is going to head the company? Okay, you are going to plan that because you need to carry on the business. You cannot like after you retire or after you exit from the business or leave that position, somebody has to take charge of that and lead it. Otherwise, what will happen? Things are going to be bad. Okay, so that's the reason here we are going to talk about a succession planning. Okay, so here we are looking at a leadership thing. So next paragraph also you can look at. It is a process of pinpointing a key needs for a leadership and intellectual talent throughout the organization over time and preparing individuals for present and future work responsibilities. There are different meanings or definitions you come across. But at the end of the day, what it talks about is who is going to head the company after particular person ends his term or leaves his position. Somebody should head. It's not just that you are going to just he left, he is going to retire immediately. Somebody from the senior post you are going to place him there, or a family member who is the next senior most family member is there. I'm going to give that responsibility. No, it's not just that like that. It will happen. A lot of things you need to be considered. A lot of deliberations are required. Rationally, you need to plan. It's not that easy. Example, what happens in family? Usually, the eldest son or eldest daughter will be considered usually okay after father or mother who has taken care of the business. After I want to retire now, I want to give next responsibility to my son. He is going to head the company. It's not like this based on the he's you know eldest one. That's the reason I'm giving the business. Okay, if he's good, you have groomed him over the years. He is aware about everything. He's a part of the business. He is qualified. He is talented. He has good leadership skills, and everything. He meets your parameters or requirement. Okay, then no problem. You can give the you can make him a successor. Your successor. Otherwise, not that you only one criteria you're going to consider that he is the eldest one. I'll give the job to him and let him continue. No, that may not work. Okay, if you remember, a few years ago when Ratan Tata stepped down, So there was a lot of discussion. Some time they took to select the next person who is going to head the company. Okay, and they selected the Cyrus Mistry to head the company, and he could able to head for a few years. Then later dispute happened, and he has been sacked, and still the fight is going on in the court because he's also from the same community, Parsi community. He's linked to, he's from the Shapurji Palunji group, another big group. They also very hold a stake in Tata, big goods number, and they are the link to the Tata group. And he's a qualified chartered accountant, young, around 45-year-old, is a young chap, and they felt he's good after so much of scrutinizing or so many applications, after considering so many people, and finally they selected him. After planning, also they selected him after things were not good. After he took up and things were not great, and he has been removed. So it's very important to have a succession planning. Each and every family business should think, not that it's a family business, family members in that eldest one I'll give, or not like that. There is a lot of things we need to be considered. Or you have to plan. It requires a planning. In the beginning, in the advance only, you have to start training. If you are identified some, a family member who is going to head after you, so who is going to be a successor, you need to train him. Okay, you need to make him to get involved in the every aspects of the business, and you should be confident about him. He should have that quality of leadership qualities to head the whole business, and he should own up the responsibilities. Okay, and he should be energetic, and he should be future oriented. You should always look at expanding and making the business sustainable and make the business grow. Okay, see, please remember succession plan is very important topic. And especially, I would consider one of the main thing in the family business. Okay, so let's discuss about succession in a family business. Uh, okay. So here, how need to be planned? How the succession plan need to be done in the family business? The first point talks about first family succession plan, then business succession plan. Okay. So here it need to be considered whether first I need to know about who is going to be the family succession plan, who is going to be successor. Okay. First family succession plan need to be planned, then the business succession plan. Okay. So in the family, you have to first find out, okay, who is going to head. Okay. So here is clear says family business plan must recognize and accommodate the needs, goals, and objectives of each member of the family. Okay. Family succession plan has to be developed first, as if business plan is designed in advance. It proves to be difficult for the owner to coordinate goals of family members towards the business. So it says that first be clear with your family members. First be clear with everything with your family. You have to make aware those who are part of the family, all members who are part of the family. They should be aware about the in and out of the business. So that responsibility the need to be taken by the heads of the family who is heading the business. Now you should make it sure that all my family members who are you are thinking that can be a successors, or you are planning, not yet decided. You should frame that. They should be a part of the business. They should be aware about everything. Okay, they should have that skills, qualification, talents, and they should properly understand the needs, goals, and objectives of the each member. Okay, so everything they should be aware. Okay, accordingly, based on that, okay, and later you can take the next step. First, in the family, you have to see that things are going to be fine, cordial, and if I'm going to select somebody, there may not be disputes. All these things you need to be considered. In the family business should be considered. After everything happens fine, you feel that proper things are good, then you can think about a particular person or any particular person who can head the company. Okay, business succession plan could be planned. Okay, first family, everything you need to properly take care. Okay, and accordingly based on that you can design the successor for the family business. Okay, so please remember, it's not like that. If my family, somebody is going to take care of my family, is going to head the family, the same person may not be heading the business. Okay, so it depends. It's company, from family to family it changes. Okay, so that's the reason. So you have to build a very cordial relationship among the family members, because in future also, as the leadership changes, they should support him. All the family members should work together and support him. So that is most important. Many cases, what happens, there is a dispute when the leadership changes, then things will go change. People will not support. All those issues will crop up. So you should avoid that. So that is the first thing which need to be considered. Okay, so it says that family business plan should include the following dimensions. Okay, it says about strategies to put business interests ahead of the family business. So it says that first and foremost, you have to in the succession planning, it should be made clear to everyone that business comes first. Business should be given more importance than the family. Okay, business interest should be taken care, because if you give too much importance to family, okay, then things will go wrong, because business is very important. You require the right kind of successor, good, no problem, but strategies to be put, okay, business interest ahead of the family business. It says that business should be considered first, more important should be given, because there are so many people, employees are working for that business, so many clients are there, so many stakeholders are there. So you have to keep them in your mind, and you have to give justice to everyone. Okay, that should not create a problem to anyone. So that's the reason it's very important that business comes first, family comes second. Okay, you have to keep always the business interest. Okay, that need to be considered. Second is the emphasize merit over family position. Okay, so what next need to be considered while doing the family succession planning is that emphasize on the merit, not on the family position. I spoken to you, I explained you. Okay, you have four, the company family business has the owner and he has four children. Okay, so eldest one, is it like that I'm going to give the succession planning to my eldest one? Okay, because my family is eldest. According to the family member, he is the eldest person. That's the reason I'll give my, he will be the future, he will be the successor of the family. No, why you have to do like that? Have you find out whether he is able, whether he's qualified, whether he's an experience, whether he has that all the qualities which is needed for the leader to head the company? If you find that my eldest son may not be a great person to lead the company, then there is a person like the youngest son or the next son or a daughter, whoever you find are more capable. Okay, need to be given importance. If somebody is out of four children, there is somebody who is highly experienced, very good qualification, and excellent leadership quality, and he mingles, he takes care, he has a very good planning, everything, he's an expert, he's a very talented guy. Then you should give it's better that you should give a position to those kind of talented kids, not like that you should give it to the elder. Please remember, for the merit, it should be based on the succession planning, should be based on the merit, not on the family position. Okay, that need to be kept in mind while planning the succession planning in the family business. Next, income for working members of the family and shareholders. Okay, so income. So what is the income, what is the benefit are going to be the family members are going to get? Okay, that should be clarity, and what benefit the shareholders are going to get, the clarity should be there. That should be properly planned, and you should see that everybody should get benefited out of the succession planning. When succession planning happens and things go, they expect that things should go good for the company. Okay, so the clarity should be brought in there. So income for the, what is the income or for the working family members of the family and the shareholders. Okay, all the shareholders, what is the benefit they are going to get and they should be getting? So all that clarity should be planned properly. Okay, so the business environment during the transition. So while you give the response, example, such You plan for a succession. Example, I want to transfer my position to another one. You planned and you decided I'm going to give it my position to other person, and after next month onwards he is going to head the company. I will be retiring. Example, your plan. Please look at, while doing that, look at the present business condition of the transition. So you have to take care that whether it's a favorable condition of the business, is the right time, whether you can you know give away your position to the successor. That need to be very much planned, because many cases what happens, the if your business environment is not great or the things are not great, there are problems, issues. Okay, there are challenges which is faced by the company, and there are so many factors. I cannot say one factor. There might be many factors. So during that position, during that period, if you are going to you know come out of the position and give to somebody new one, so the shareholders or the present environment or the present people may not accept that. They find that things not right. They may not like that. So it's very important to consider that the environment, business environment, during which you are going to transfer the powers to the successor. So favorable time need to be picked. Okay, at that time, at the right time, you need to transfer the your powers or a position to the successor, and that will create a lot of positive things to the company. So if the things are bad, and this at this moment, a very experienced person required to manage those things, and immediately you would like to give away your position or immediately transfer to somebody else. He might face challenges, or he may not be able to immediately take it forward, or things might go a little more bad. So please be aware that the business environment during the transition need to be considered. Okay. Okay. Next, treatment of loyal customers. Always a business can sustain or make profits or continue doing good when there is full of loyal customers. Customers are the main thing of any company. Without customers, you cannot survive at all. So please remember, succession planning should not affect the customers, loyal customers. So always you have to take care the though you require regular customers, new customers you require. Never mind. New customers you require. I'm not telling that they don't require. You don't. But there are thousands, hundreds of loyal customers who are regular. So many years they have been associated with you. Okay, you have to take care of them, and they never should feel that the leadership is changing, and when the leadership changes, it will affect us. They should not get that feeling. Okay, so how we used to treat the customers before, and the same kind or in even the better treatment, better support they should get when even the leadership changes. Okay, so very important. So example, how Ratan Tata, when the Ratan Tata was heading, how was the company? Okay, and how how the customers used to feel. Okay, about his leadership, they were very happy. And after Cyrus Mistry came in, so how the people started feeling it, how the clients started feeling it, whether they were happy, whether they were sad after new. So that things happen, and that is not good for the company. You have to retain the loyal customers. Okay, so it's very important that you have to the company family business always should keep in bear in mind that they have to keep their loyal customers satisfied, and your succession the process of succession or transition of succession, okay, should not affect them. Okay, if the customer's happy, things are going to be fine. Okay, and the new successor also should be aware that how to treat their customers, how to carry on the whatever things, or how to improve the customer experience. All these things you need to continue. You need to maintain or build a good relationship with the customers. Okay, so why I'm telling you, please, these are the 5 points which are dimension which you consider need to be kept in mind or should be included while doing the family business succession planning. Without proper planning, things will not work good for the family business. Okay, it always requires